Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I support today's GSA Public Building Services Savings and Reform Act of 2015. Bill addresses many of the concerns that have been raised about GSA's management over the past 3 years, and I believe it will provide real savings for the taxpayers. I'm pleased to see that the bill contains several provisions I consider high priorities. These include provisions that will require GSA to justify any future space requests, as well as explain whether GSA properly considered co-location and consolidation opportunities when pursuing acquisitions. The bill also requires GSA to clearly compare the costs of leasing versus purchase so that Congress can have the best information possible when evaluating whether the most cost-efficient option for the GSA to lease a private building or construct a new Federal building. Further, the bill contains language that I believe will make it easier for GSA to insert purchase options into long-term leases. This will provide for the possibility of GSA purchasing a building it's leasing when the agency determines there will be a long-term need for the space. The bill is not a perfect bill, but it will allow GSA to have broad pilot authority to address the fact that nearly 50% of GSA leases will expire in the next 5 years. By providing broad authority for GSA to remake its leasing procurement process, it is our hope that GSA will be able to move more nimbly to address the backlog of expiring leases and take advantage of the soft commercial lease markets across the nation. While owning is often the most cost-effective option for housing Federal agencies, there will always be a need for the Federal Government to lease space. The pilot program and the Government Accountability Office reports authorized by this bill are expected to provide the committee with definitive data about the most efficient way to engage in leasing commercial office space. This information will help the committee determine which authorities in today's bill we should let expire in 5 years and which we should keep. This bill is a bipartisan product, just the latest example of how the Committee on Transportation Infrastructure can work together to address challenges facing our nation and protect the interests of the taxpayers. I support this bill and urge its passage. With that, I yield back the balance of my time.
Thank the gentleman.